Hey, what's up YouTube? This is TeamDarkHorse here with, I guess, our March ban list discussion. So here we go. You got anything to say there, Scruffy? Start us off.
Alright, basically, I'm sure everyone else who's been talking about this ban list, it revolves around this card coming back. Because if this card comes back, a lot of stuff is going to change. Like, for one, MST would not stay at 2. Cold Wave would be recycled with Heavy Storm, so Cold Wave would be gone. And depends on what Trunade wants to do too. I mean, a lot of things change. I think we can't have both Heavy Storm and Dark Hole in the same format, so...
Oh no. I can just see him getting played back to back, and that would be just garbage.
Exactly. So, basically, what happens with this card? Does it deserve another shot at the current meta? My guess is if Gateway stays unlimited, if they don't hit 6 SAMs, we need a way to get rid of Heavy Storm, because Cold Wave and Trunade don't do that.
You mean Gateway?
Gateway, yeah. MST at 2, yeah, sure, that's fine, but with the amount of pluses 6 SAMs we're able to generate, we need a much more threatening out. And if Heavy Storm doesn't get hit, and say Cold Wave still gets the Banhammer, why not give us 2 Trunades? It's a -1. It doesn't get you any kind of advantages besides pushing the field back for setting up your field. That's pretty much it.
I would be okay with that because this card right here annoys the crap out of me.
Oh yeah, this with Plant Synchro is just huge.
Let me stun all your back rows and then promptly blow them up. No,
and
thank you.
Yeah, and then the fact that then you pass your turn, your opponent can't do anything, so it's another free turn for you to do whatever, because if you already got rid of their back row from the previous turn, then you got another turn to not worry about anything.
Yes, no amount of top decking helps you after Cold Wave. Just, ugh.
Okay, so final conclusion, does Heavy Storm come back?
I say no. I really hope it doesn't.
I think everything depends on if Konami wants to hit 6 SAMs, because if they don't hit 6 SAMs, I want Heavy Storm. I really want Heavy Storm. And I would love MST to stay at 2, but that probably wouldn't happen. If 6 SAMs do, the Gateway does get hit, I mean, like, yeah, I'd like it, but it probably wouldn't come back. Monster Reborn, God, I love that card, but that card's probably going to be gone as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and another thing, we've got Mass Driver over here. That's just something we've been talking about for a while, ever since the last ban list. It's not like anything's breaking at this format, but I don't know, I just see, like, eventually some other deck will come along and be like, look at how many times we can spam in a turn, and then it'll just be the same conundrum that Frog, FTK, OTK was. It's just... I don't know,
Exactly. Why are you giving us access to what could potentially ruin a format? You don't want another Frog FTK bullcrap format where everyone can run it.
Yeah.
Unless it's combating 6 SAMs, whatever. I mean, I guess that would be okay, fighting cheapness with cheapness. But, so we think this should get banned. This is up in the air. Monster Reborn probably gonna get banned. But if this goes banned, please give us something to replace it with. Give us Call at 2. Premature would even be pretty nice.
Especially if MST or Heavy Storm does anything, then exactly. I don't see why not.
Alright. So, like I said, key card of the ban list. A lot of things depend on Heavy Storm. Okay, next we're going to talk about cards that we would like to see come back to 2. Not all at once, obviously, because all these cards at 2 would be pretty nice. But if even one of them were to come back at 2, that would change the meta in a big way, making more decks more playable.
Yeah.
For instance, E-Tele, I just don't see how that would affect the meta a whole lot. Maybe E-Tele at 2 maybe makes Telegadgets a little bit more consistent. They're already pretty consistent, but it doesn't improve a whole lot. Teledad's not going to come back with E-Tele at 2. Maybe the Psychic Engine with E-Tele gets splashed into more decks, but that's okay, because it's still going to be a back row format unless they bring back Heavy Storm. So that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Destiny draw. I like draw power. Just please, please let it come back to 2. I missed it at 2. At 1, it's so hard to run anything with Destiny Heroes. The Destiny Heroes already suck, so please let us have another one.
Yeah, the same reason as E-Tele. I mean,
obviously
gonna break it.
Exactly. Well, don't give us both back. Obviously, that would be way too cheap. I'd love it, but whatever. Mizuki helps zombies become a little bit more playable. They're splashable with Light Sworn, Debris Zombies. Mizuki would add a little bit more explosiveness, which they would very much like to have. Maybe put Goblin Zombie back at 2, but
yeah.
I think that would be pretty nice to have, so zombies can be more playable. And if Mizuki doesn't go back to 2, why not Plague? Yeah, Plague is a very, very good synchro, but when you think about it, the entire format, this format, hinged on a card advantage, and this is a -1. So if anyone's going to be syncing out multiple times by stacking, they're gonna. I mean, if you can get over whatever it is they go for, then they're screwed. The only thing it would really benefit the most with Plague Spreader at 2, definitely zombies. With Zombie Master, you can keep spamming it, but that's still -1 with Zombie Master. You have to still pitch something.
Oh, I know. If you stack one and then sync, and then they Solemn Warning your synchro, then that's just you minused yourself. So.
Exactly, because Solemn Warning stops a lot of these things that we were all worried about when these were back at 2. Well,
yes.
Not this, but this anyway. Let's see, and then Oppression. That'd just be very, very nice to have. Obviously, a lot of fast decks would benefit from it, especially 6 Sams after they get off all their bullcrap, and then they play Oppression, or Blackwings for that matter, but everyone else would still like to have it. Maybe in a balanced format, this could still be playable at 2.
Oh, I know. Right now, it's not even a strategy. It's like, if you get it, then you're good, but otherwise, yeah.
What time are we at?
7 minutes.
7 minutes. Okay. So this is what we'd like to see, maybe individually, obviously not all at once, at 2. We're gonna break this up into 2 videos, guys. We still got a lot more to talk about, actually. Next that needs to be talked about is what is making Plant Synchro so good right now. Well, for one, it's this card. This card changes the deck in a huge way. Probably more so because this went to 3.
Oh yeah.
Everyone got excited for Salvo Dad because Black Rose Dragon went to 3, but the deck that benefited the most was definitely Debris. The way I see it is Debris is only as good as its targets. So if you take away Black Rose, they can only bomb the field once. Put it back to where it was last format, like it deserved to be.
Oh, I know. Going to 3 was so ridiculous. From 1.
And another thing, I mean, put Black Rose at 1, and again, where this card should be, Dandelion. You hit Dandelion, you hit a lot of decks. For one, definitely stops a lot more formula plays. Gives Debris less targets. You can't spam with Lone Fire into Dandelion. All that baloney. I mean, I feel like if Dandelion were to go back to 1, that would balance it out, especially quick draw decks too.
Yeah.
And that'd be almost the same reasoning for Lone Fire. If Dandelion doesn't go to 1, maybe hit Lone Fire. You need to slow down the plant engine because a lot of decks are just abusing it right now because of the speed. And if you don't hit either of those, please hit Avarice because that's their major draw power. A lot of decks run 3, quick draw, plant synchro, because you can just Lone Fire, Dandelion, alright, sync out into Formula Synchron. It just pretty much, there's a live Avarice almost turn 1. So it's just a really good card, almost too good to be played at 3 if all these are going to stay as the way they are.
Alright guys, we're going to cut you off right there for now. Please check out part 2. Thank you.